Have you ever wondered how your morning coffee is made from bean to cup? Today we're going to peel back the curtain on this everyday marvel that starts its journey in lush, sun-drenched farms. Picture the ripe coffee cherries waiting to share their hidden treasure, the precious coffee beans. This is a story of transformation, of raw ingredients becoming a drink that fuels our day, warms our hands, and delights our senses. Join us as we embark on this fascinating journey from bean to cup. Our journey begins in the lush landscapes where coffee plants thrive. Imagine a world where the air is crisp, the soil is rich, and the climate is just right. This is the world of the coffee plant, a delicate creature that requires just the right blend of sunshine, rain, and temperature to flourish. In these ideal conditions, the coffee plant embarks on a journey of growth, from a tiny seedling to a flourishing tree, adorned with glossy green leaves and vibrant red cherries. Yes, cherries! The coffee beans we know and love are nestled inside these ripe, juicy cherries. Each cherry typically houses 2 coffee beans, snug and secure. The timing of the harvest is crucial. Only the cherries at the peak of ripeness are selected, hand-picked with care and precision. This delicate process ensures that only the finest beans are chosen for your cup of coffee. Once the coffee cherries are harvested, they are ready for the next step, extraction. From the harvested coffee cherries, the real treasure needs to be extracted, the coffee bean. Peeling back the layers of a coffee cherry, we find the true gem, the coffee bean. This extraction process is an art in itself, requiring just the right touch. The outer layer, or pulp, is removed to reveal the bean nestled within. This process is known as pulping. There are 2 primary methods to extract the beans, the dry method and the wet method. The dry method, also known as the natural method, is the oldest and simplest, requiring the cherries to be spread out in the sun to dry for up to 4 weeks. The wet method, on the other hand, involves soaking the cherries in water, which helps to separate the bean from the pulp. Both methods have their own benefits, creating unique flavor profiles that make each cup of coffee a unique experience. The beans are now ready for the next phase, drying. With the beans extracted, they must now be dried and milled. The drying process is a natural one where the beans are laid out under the sun. This is a critical phase in coffee production as it has a significant impact on the final taste. It might take up to a couple of weeks, depending on the weather, for the moisture content of the beans to drop to the desired 11%. Next comes the milling process. This is where the last layers of dry skin, known as parchment, are removed from the coffee beans. This is achieved using hulling machines that effectively separate the skin and chaff from the beans. It's important to note that both the drying and milling processes require careful attention to detail. Any misstep could alter the flavor profile of the beans, ultimately affecting the quality of the coffee. Now that our beans are dried and milled, they are ready to be roasted. Roasting is where the magic happens, transforming green coffee beans into the aromatic beans we know and love. The roasting process is a delicate art, a dance of heat and timing that unlocks the complex flavors within each bean. Imagine a coffee bean as a tiny treasure chest filled with hidden flavors. The roasting process is like the key that opens that chest. The heat of roasting causes the beans to expand and to change in color, texture, and taste. It's a process that demands precision, for even a few seconds too long in the roaster can turn a perfect roast into a burnt mess. There are different levels of roast, each with its unique characteristics. First, we have the light roast, often preferred by those who seek a more acidic, nuanced flavor profile. These beans are roasted just enough to reach what's called the first crack, a point where the beans start to pop and expand. Next, we have the medium roast, the jack-of-all-trades of coffee roasts. It strikes a balance between acidity and robust flavor, making it a popular choice for many coffee lovers. Then, there's the dark roast, where the beans are left in the roaster longer. This results in a richer, bolder flavor, often with hints of chocolate or caramel. Each level of roast imparts a different flavor profile to the beans, allowing the drinker to experience coffee in a myriad of ways. With the beans roasted to perfection, they are now ready to be ground. Grinding and brewing, the final steps in our coffee's journey. This is where we transform our carefully roasted beans into that aromatic and flavorful cup of coffee we all love. Grinding is not as simple as it might seem. The size of the coffee grind plays a pivotal role in determining the taste of your coffee. You see, the size of the grind affects how long the water stays in contact with the coffee. The longer the contact, the more flavors are extracted. For instance, A fine grind, like powdered sugar, is perfect for espresso machines. The water is forced through the tightly packed coffee quickly, extracting intense flavors. However, use a fine grind in a French press, and you'll over-extract the coffee, leading to a bitter taste. On the other hand, a medium grind akin to sand works well with drip coffee makers. The water filters through at a moderate pace, extracting a well-balanced flavor. And then we have a coarse grind similar to sea salt, which is ideal for a French press. The water and coffee steep together for several minutes, extracting a robust and full-bodied flavor. Now let's talk about brewing. This is where we infuse the ground coffee with water to extract its flavor. Each brewing method, be it drip, French press, or espresso, brings out unique characteristics of the coffee. In a drip coffee maker, hot water drips onto the coffee grounds, slowly filtering through and falling into a carafe below. This method results in a clean and straightforward cup of coffee. The French press method involves steeping coffee grounds in hot water for a few minutes. Then, a metal mesh plunger is pressed down, separating the grounds from the coffee. This method gives a rich and full-bodied coffee. Lastly, the espresso method forces hot water under pressure through finely ground coffee. This quick process results in a concentrated, bold, and rich coffee. And there you have it, the fascinating journey of your coffee from bean to cup. So next time you sip your coffee, remember the long journey it's been on to reach you.